So I do use some ICT concepts and I use the terminology just so people can understand what it is I am looking for. Now I look for a fair value gap, right? Very simply. So this is step one. This is the where. Now, knowing where to trade is very important because you need a key level. And the more that I trade, the more that I realize that better execution comes down to better planning, right? A better planning simply comes down to knowing where the key level is likely going to be. Because if you knew where the key level was, you could be patient and only wait to execute trades at that key level, right? Very important. So let's just break this down. So this is how I will find the fair value gap, right? So I see candle one, candle two, candle three. Now, what's important to understand is the low of this first candle and the high of this third candle, there is a gap over here. This is an inefficiency, an imbalance, or a fair value gap, right? So this is the fair value gap here. I'm going to label that in blue. Now, the way that I trade and the way that I use fair value gaps or any ICT concept is I only use the candle before the fair value gap. So I think they call this an order block or whatever the ICT terminology is. My key level is this box over here, right? So I'm just going to clear this up. This is my key level and I'm going to just label it in gray. Now, the reason this is a key level for me is because price left a 15-minute fair value gap, right? That's the first bit of evidence as to why this is a key level. Now, the second reason this is a key level, and this is where we're going to be using liquidity in conjunction with order flow. So the way that I like to trade is I use the Asian range to my advantage, right? So if we just take a look at NQ, what we can see is NQ has accumulated. This is now the Asian range over here, right? This is the Asian range. Now we go below the Asian range and also below the daily opening price, right? So when we come into this region, right, this key level, right, when price comes to here, we've not taken out the Asian high. So this is the thesis for taking an NQ long, right? If I was trading NQ, this is how I would do it. Once we've taken out the Asian low, price has a tendency to target the Asian high. And this is how you want to be framing your trades, right? So you want to form a key level. So a key level comes off a fair value gap. But you also want to understand where that fair value gap is in the daily cycle, right? Or in conjunction with the daily opening price. So if this is your key level, let's just